What's good, guys? How you feeling today? This is Aisha, also known as Jade, and thank you for tuning in live or listening to the replay, which will be available shortly. Thank you again for joining my Aisha Speaks Jade page. I'm just like a day behind, which is great because sometimes I'm 2 to 3 days behind, but I'm okay. So I'm going to do my best to not take up too much of your time because I want to get caught up to today. But this particular conversation is from yesterday. So this is a live makeup audio from yesterday, which was Saturday, August the 25th, 2018. So this conversation or topic is going to be something that is not the first time that I've spoke about, but it's just a friendly reminder for all of us because a lot of times we tend to forget to do it. And what that is called self-care. We truly, a lot of us are struggling globally because we're so busy, as I've said before in a previous live audio or live video, that we are so much taking care of children or our husbands or wives or partners, mates, businesses, whether you work for corporate or whether you have your own business, taking care of the animals. We're taking care of, our parents and we're doing this, that, and the third. And we're so busy. And I'm not knocking any of that. Let me clear that up. Because I'm sure most of us, we're doing it. It's genuine what we're doing. But at the end of the day, a lot of times we forget to take care of ourselves. That's self-care, where if it's nothing else but just relax. Don't do anything. Just relax and put the phone down and close the laptop or cut off the desktop computer, or if you don't want to stay in the house, take yourself out. Get for the ladies or for those who get their nails done and get a pedicure. Treat yourself if you're not doing it. Or take yourself to a movies. It is okay, people. There's nothing strange, not in my eyesight, but there's nothing strange with doing you, having a self-care day for you. Nothing wrong with it. Maybe perhaps catch up on those things or something that you've never done or you haven't done it in a long time. And you just want to take time for you and breathe. It doesn't mean that you're neglecting your family or your business or your job or anything. It just means that you need a self-care day, a mental self-care day. Please don't let anybody make you feel like, oh, you're neglecting me. No, honey, have a seat. I'm taking care of me. I'll be back. It's okay. Take yourself to lunch. Or if you're into Starbucks or coffees or teas, take yourself out to a nice cafe. If you haven't been to the movies in a while, take yourself to a matinee. Hell, just go grocery shopping by yourself. Whatever's making you happy, giving yourself a mental health day where you're focused on you. That helps you regroup yourself, get yourself back together. You're able to jot some things down if you like, So let's see what's good with self-care. So the first one would be practice mindfulness. Mindfulness and meditation seems to come up a lot. It is very effective. It might be something to try if you've never tried mindfulness or meditation. Just really trying to be still and perhaps quiet, getting your thoughts back, right? So, mindfulness, or the state of acknowledging the present moment, is one way to tackle build up stress and anxiety. And in life, there is a lot of stress. We have a lot of anxiety, and that stress is so, it could kill you. And I just got to be blunt with it. Too much stress and a lot of anxiety can either lead you in the hospital, stretched out on the floor, or dead. I just have to be honest, because we intake so much and we're doing so much that we don't take time to stop and focus on us. I said earlier, I was having a conversation and I said, you know what? There are times when I am just out of pocket, triggered, stress, anxiety, just overthinking, and was told I need to just stop and breathe. And I was just going off so much. I think I really forgot how to just breathe. Just take a moment and breathe. And there has been a time, if none of you guys knew, that I almost had a heart attack. And it was really related to high levels of stress, high levels of anxiety, blood pressure up, diabetes out of control. I mean, my sugar and everything was out of control. And I'm so thankful, all praises due, that I caught myself to take myself to the hospital and to a doctor's to catch it in time, because who knows? I could have had a full-blown heart attack. I really felt like I was. And so that started clicking in my head, like I need to fall back and regroup and check myself, right? Because I have to be accountable for me. So there are techniques that we can do to bring back that self-care for us. And it's not a selfish deed. It's helping you. So again, mindfulness, or the state of acknowledging the present moment, is one way to tackle built up stress and anxiety. Controlled breathing, meditating, or otherwise finding time to take in your surroundings can be a powerful way to combat negative thoughts. So, mindfulness, you can do a little mini practice for a minute, which would entail relaxing your jaw, sit up straight, relax your shoulders. 3 deep breaths, right? And you keep breathing for a minute, exhaling and inhaling. Do it for a minute. Do it every day. When you feel yourself about to explode, right? And you want to pull that hair out, or you just want to punch a wall, or some people might want to punch somebody, right? But we don't want that, because in the long run that's not beneficial, and it's not going to help us, right? Because if you set up like I am, I have things in life I need to do, and I'm not perfect, and I have a lot of thoughts that go through my head. So breathe. 3 deep breaths. And there's so many different ways of doing mindfulness or meditation. They're kind of one and the same. So look into that. YouTube it, Google it, see what works for you. If one don't work for you, if your mind tends to scatter off somewhere, there's other methods of meditation or mindfulness that you probably can do that fits you. Also, Google 50 ways to take a break. That could be take a bath, light a candle, listen to some good music, take a nap, go to some water if you can, Watch the clouds. Watch the stars. Write a letter. Let out a sigh. Whew. Rest your legs up on the wall. Learn something new. Learn a new hobby. Listen to guided relaxation. Read a book. Sit in nature. Meditate. Take deep belly breaths. Write in a journal. Notice your body. Call a friend. Buy some flowers. There's nothing wrong with buying flowers for yourself. Walk outside. Turn off all electronics because you know these electronics are the devil. They are. I'm so serious. Like, they are the devil. This technology, we're always on the phone. We're always texting. We're on our laptops, our desktops. We're just go, 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 using our fingers. Like, it's almost like we forgot how to get on the phone and talk, or even if we can, like, see each other face to face, meet up with, your friend or whatever and just talk face to face. That's challenging for a lot of people because they're so used to texting and FaceTime and all of that. Create your own coffee break or create your own tea break. View some art. Read or watch something funny. Laughter yoga. I spoke about that in a previous live audio. Laughter yoga. Try that. I never tried it, but I'm going to do it. Go to the park. There's several different things that you can do. So if you would like more help with meditation, if that's something that you're interested in, both Headspace and Calm are popular meditation apps that can help guide you through your first session. So those apps again are called Headspace. That's an app. And also another app is called Calm. The second one, take care of your body and mind. You have to. It all connects to each other, and we have to take care of our mind, body, and soul, our spirituality. While physical exercise and healthy eating are great ways to take care of your body, it's important not to forget about your mental health. Yes, because you can lose it quickly. Your emotional and spiritual well-being are equally important and deserving of attention. So, for example, if you like to write or if you're interested, keep a journal. It can help you work through complicated feelings that get jumbled up in your head. Making the habit of writing a couple paragraphs down every night can help you better understand what you are feeling and why. So I'm not a big journal person. However, from time to time, I do write down my thoughts of how I'm feeling. Right? And I actually go back and read what I wrote to help me push forward and move forward. And it can be a therapeutic thing. Also, art therapy. Like if you're a person who likes to draw, or if you're not a good drawer like me, get a coloring book. Let me tell you, it may sound corny, but believe me, I've done the coloring thing and it's very effective. I don't care if it has numbers on the coloring and you color by number. I don't care. It did help me. And now that I'm saying it, I need to go back to it. Or you can be your own artist and just do some painting, because we all know that art is not just one thing. It's very diverse and creative, and you can do whatever you want to do. And thank you, Uno, for the likes. I believe that was you. Thank you. I appreciate you, my bestie and my love. So, yes, journaling, art therapy, music therapy, right? But I say just be mindful of the music that you listen to because some music can be triggers for people. So, just be kind of mindful about the music that you listen to. You can listen to relaxation, like if you're having a hard time falling asleep, or I mean, they just have a huge amount of different relaxation and different techniques that you can get into. So, self care comes in many forms, right? Some examples are sleep, exercise, fresh air, meditation, boundaries, social media detox, mani and pedicures, facials, quiet times, flowers, journaling, therapy, asking for help, listening to podcasts, positive podcasts, people, not just any podcast. And it's not knocking nobody's podcast, but based on how you're feeling, especially self-care, listen to those positive, motivational, I don't know, self-care type of podcast. If you're having problems physically, perhaps a chiropractor, having a nice cup of tea or coffee, but tea is a little more relaxing. A nap, walking, reading, perhaps getting yourself a haircut or getting your hair done. If you're really feeling bad, go to the doctors, get a physical. Painting, taking a bath, seeing a friend. If you have small children and you need to get away, get a babysitter perhaps. Hiring help, buying a treat, going out to eat, getting yourself a massage, or acupuncture. 3, set boundaries. One of the best pieces of advice that I've ever received from a friend was the importance of knowing your limitations. And I have been told that before. Setting boundaries not only means saying no to things you don't have time for, but also standing up to people who take more out of you than they give back. Yes, honey. Let me tell you, people, some, not all, some people can drain you. Some people want to suck the living crap out of you. They're so miserable, and there's nothing never positive or happy that they have to say, that they just want to drain all of your energy out of you and have you where they're at. So you have to push those people away or eliminate them. And you have to learn to say no. And guess what? It's okay. It's not a selfish act. Because you can't control everything and you don't have time for everything. And you damn sure don't have time for someone who's just complaining all the time. You need to do your best to be around people who are going to lift you up. Right? Support you. And as a matter of fact, what you want from them, you give it back. So if you want lifted up and you want support, you have to give that back as you receive that. So it's okay to say no. Personally, I don't feel like I need to do a lot of explaining, but if you say no and you feel like you need to explain, that's on you. I don't have time for it. I just don't have a lot of time to be explaining why I don't need you around because you are sucking all of that energy from me. Having healthy boundaries means knowing and understanding your limits. Let me say that again. Having healthy boundaries means knowing and understanding your limits. Unfortunately, it's a skill that many of us don't learn. Please learn it, people. So again, a lot of us, unfortunately, It's a skill that many of us don't learn. So let's learn that. If we find ourselves in a position where we're not having healthy boundaries, we need to learn that, because it's doing nothing but pushing you back from what you're trying to succeed and accomplish. Some people learn it early on. Some people learn it when they're older. But either way, learn it so you can achieve it. What's my 3 C's? Catch it, check it, and change it. So self-care isn't all bubble baths and facials. It's good to have, but it isn't all bubble baths and facial. Self-care is also expressing how you feel. Like, I'm uncomfortable when you say this. Or, I feel hurt. I would like to address the issue. Getting things off your chest. Freeing yourself. Express your true feelings. 4, plan an adventure. Taking advantage of the world around you doesn't have to mean planning a long, expensive trip. It's less about how far you go and more about breaking the routine. Take a quick look in your area and see if there's any nearby museums, theaters, parks, anything that sparks your interest. So you see, guys, it doesn't have to be long. It could be a day trip. It can be an overnight. It can be a weekend. It's however long your pocketbook can take you. But whatever you do it wonderful. Enjoy. That's why I'm saying, do some of those things that you haven't done ever, or that you haven't done in a long time. I haven't been to a museum in a little while. I need to go. I'm big on nature. So nature, water, walks. Did a walk today in the park. Piedmont Park had a Latino festival. So I enjoyed that with my bestie. I did. I enjoyed it. It was refreshing. It was nice to get out. It was a beautiful day. The sun is shining. I don't know about you guys, but when the sun shines and it's beautiful weather, it just makes me feel better. And I see that other people, they're happy. And I'm not saying all the time, but it's just more happiness, and people are in better moods versus when it's cold, it's dreary. People tend to feel a little more negative at times, and their moods are just all over the place, right? I know mine's is. And being a person who's in her recovery of a mental illness, weather does affect me as far as my mood and my depression. It does. Wintertime, it can be a challenge for me at times. But spring and summer is more uplifting. Fall, I'm kind of in the middle. But once winter comes, it can be challenging. I'm not going to say all the time, but it can be challenging for me. So even if it's just taking a walk, see where you end up. Kind of be adventurous. Kind of step out of that box a little bit. Like, what do you have to lose? You can even go to the library if that's not too much for you. Like, I'm open. I am very diverse. They used to call me the ambassador at the library because I am so familiar with so many libraries around here in Atlanta and the outskirts of Atlanta. Just they're set up. They have different books. They kind of set up differently. And when they have programs, I go and support them when I can, and I learn a lot. These libraries get these grants for them to continue to stay open and fund these the different programs that they have. So utilize it. Take your children. If you're tired of your child staying in the house, go take them to a park. If it's, even if it's just maybe for an hour during the weekday, you have to be flexible. Being a mom myself, I mean, my kids are adults now, but when they were younger, okay, go ahead, run yourself ragged, honey, till you get tired. And when it get dark, it's going to be time for you to bring yourself in, feed them, take a bath or whatever, watch a little TV. It's time to put you down, right? Your kids should not be staying up as late as you do. And then you're like, oh, I wish I had some time to myself. No, you're the parent. You be in control as far as setting limits. You don't let the child control you. You, as the parent, set the limits on when the child stays up and when the child goes to bed, especially when they're young. They need that sleep. And plus, you need to relax and fall back. Chill out. They shouldn't be up 10, 11, 9, 10, 11, 12 o'clock at night. No. They sure shouldn't. But I'm not trying to tell anybody how to raise their child. Let me say that. I'm just pouring out my opinion. You honestly can do what you want with your child. 5, repeat after me. Self-care is not selfish. Self-care is not selfish. Self-care is not selfish. People often forget to take care of their own health because they're used to putting others first. I said that in the beginning. Spending time and money on yourself can feel selfish and wasteful. The problem is, and it's a real catch-22, if you aren't taking care of you, can't really care for others, right? And I'm learning that. If I don't take care of me, how am I going to take care of somebody else? How am I physically and spiritually, well, first spiritually and emotionally, physically, how am I going to be good to anybody else? I'm stretched out on the floor and people looking at me like, Aisha or Jade, you okay? No, I'm stretched out on the floor because I have wore myself out. You have to take care of you. Self-care is not selfish. The goal is to reach some kind of balance in which you are actively taking your own needs into consideration. Because guess what? As I always say, you matter. You have to take care of you first. So if you're not convinced, my reading suggestion would read, it's her, I want to say it's her. Her name is Kenya Foys. Read 6 important differences between self-care and selfishness. Okay. So a good read would be 6 important differences between self-care and selfishness. And it's by Kenya Foys. KenyaFoys'. So self-care isn't selfish. It's self-preservation. Self-care isn't selfish. It's self-preservation. And it doesn't have to be hugely complicated or expensive. Once again, it can be as simple as hitting the pause button during an otherwise overwhelming day. I believe in self-care. You can only truly help others when you have taken care of yourself orderly. Now you can give from the overflow. So here's some words. Caring for myself is not self-indulgence, it's self-preservation. And that is an act of political warfare. And that's coming from Audre Lorde. I'm going to read that again. Caring for myself is not self-indulgence. It is self-preservation. And that is an act of political warfare. 6, remember to laugh. Ooh, we forget. Some of us, we just forget. Others, we just kind of like we're gritting our teeth like it is a struggle to laugh. Laugh, honey. Stop. And I'm saying this because most of you know, if you've been following my live audios or even my videos, like once upon a time I was in that position where I was like, everything was just so serious and I was just going through all kinds of craziness and in my funk that I was frowning so much and had forgot to laugh, that people would just kind of pull my coattail and was like, are you okay? Why are you always frowning? Do you take the time to not only breathe, but can you laugh? And they checked me. And you know what? I'm appreciative of that at that time. I'm appreciative because now, don't get me wrong. I do have my moments. But laughing is just therapeutic. Go Google something. Go Google like comedy, or if you can, go out to a comedy show. I'm telling you, laughter is so therapeutic. And again, check out laughter yoga. Personally, I find humor to be one of the most healing remedies to sadness. Whatever gravity I've built up during the day finds its relief or its release in laughter. So, I mean, it just, laughter is, again, it's therapeutic. It helps people deal with pain in moments of physical adversity and can help smooth over potentially awkward social interactions. So make sure that you spend time with good friends who make you laugh. Try not to take yourself too seriously. Read or watch something funny. And when in doubt, turn to the internet for viral animal videos. They never fail. That is so true. I find myself, when I'm looking at animal videos, it's just amazing. And this is a true story. Like, I can just be kind of wore out sometimes at my job. Somebody can get on my nerves. Right? But when I look at the funny animal videos, I just, like, my mood changes. And I also have to give credit where credit is due. My sweetie and best friend, Uno, when I get those videos that's sent to me, they look at me sometimes because I can just burst out laughing. And it just lifts my spirit. So allow yourself to laugh. Use the tools that I've spoke on and see what a difference it will start making. And I'm going to do it myself. I'm going to be accountable for myself because no one else can. And I'm going to learn to be more consistent about it. Because we can choose to point the finger at everyone else and blame everyone else. But you know, guys, that a finger or that thumb is pointing back at you. So we all have a story to tell. And no one is going to be having a pity party for us. So you need to start with yourself. Put on your big boy boxers. Put on your big girl panties. And act like you know. And I'm saying it for me too. So I hope that you enjoyed what I had to say. I appreciate you guys in advance for listening to the replay, or whoever may have came on, because right now I don't even care if you came on or not, because I know somebody's going to listen to it. I love my Facebook people when they come on, and I really appreciate you. But I love my Instagram supporters for listening to me and giving me some feedback. Thank you, guys. Let me just also add in that I am, of course, obviously on social media. Every social media that I'm on is under Aisha Speaks Jade. I'm growing on my pages slowly but surely. And I'm just continuing to learn me and my niche and where I'm fitting. I am my true authentic self. Some people take it, some people don't. That is okay whether you receive it or not, because I'm still going to keep thriving and striving and pushing forward, because this is my lane and my space. But I thank you anyway. It's all good, because I don't have time to please anyone except the universe creator above. So you can find me on Aisha Speaks Jade on Facebook. You can find me on Instagram under Aisha Speaks Jade. You can find me on Twitter under Aisha Speaks Jade. LinkedIn under Aisha Speaks Jade. I did say LinkedIn. LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. And you can also find me on YouTube, Aisha Speaks Jade. My goal is on my page, on my Facebook page, is to have individuals that are motivating and positive and inspirational, those who may be entrepreneurs or business owners or a coach, financial advisors. You know, if you're having your own business and you're about helping others, whether it's saying something positive or speaking on different resources or tools, I would love to have you guys as a guest on my show. I do have a confirmed guest that's coming up in September. I'm really excited about her coming on. I'm not going to say yet, because I'm going to confirm, and then I'm going to post up the flyer. But if you're interested, by all means, leave me a comment in my box and let me know. And I would love to catch up with you, fill you out, you fill me out. If it's a great match, awesome, we can start that process. If it's not, it's okay too. It's all love. So remember the self-care, people. Self-care is not selfish. Self-care is not a selfish thing. Take care of the crown of your head to the soles of your feet. Know your worth. Love yourself. Respect yourself. Like yourself. Pursue your goals, your visions, your passion, whatever it is in life. Don't let anybody tell you you can't do it. Even if it takes some time, start off small and work yourself up. And with that being said, enjoy. I will be back for my Sunday live audio. And with that being said, much appreciation. Namaste and Ashe.